Hey, this will be a video chart on ticker symbol PMEA. We'll take a look at the daily time frame. So there's quite a few different things going on with this one, so we'll take a look at each little attribute one at a time. First thing I want to start off with is just the overall chart, and the overall chart right now actually has a bullish pattern going on. It sounds like a bearish one, but it's actually bullish, and that is a falling wedge pattern. Like I said, I know that sounds like it would be bearish. It's actually bullish, whereas the bearish pattern is the rising wedge. So a little kind of counter-intuitive with that, but we have, like I said, a falling wedge, and that is bullish. If you don't believe me, Google is your friend. So right here, this green line is the support portion of the pattern. Then I'm going to make the resistance portion of the pattern up here red. And now you can see we have this wedge pattern that has a downwards angle to it, but again, I just want to keep driving that home. It's a bullish pattern. So that's the attribute number one. The overall context is we have an overall bullish pattern. Now the next thing is, where's the price relative to the pattern? And you can see very clearly here that the price relative to the pattern is down here at the support. It would be a much riskier setup if the price was, somewhere up here or basically anywhere along the resistance portion of the pattern, because history has shown us that this trend line has been knocking down the price. Now, of course, that doesn't mean that it's always going to happen, but the point being, I'd rather see the price hanging around the support portion of the pattern rather than the resistance portion. So that is the next thing, is current price is around the support portion of the pattern. Next attribute, a few days ago, you can see we had this nice doji candle here, which symbolizes a potential bottom, and then you combine that with this massive volume. We have a potential capitulation here. No guarantees, obviously, but when you look at the big volume and then the formation of this candle, it makes sense to think, hey, you know what, we could have a potential capitulation here. So then when you take a step back and say, now you combine that with the fact that it's already down here by support of the overall falling wedge pattern, then things start to kind of fall into place in terms of, this makes a logical current chart setup here. So with any sort of bounce, what sorts of resistances are we looking at? Well, the first level of resistance, and these are shorter term, because obviously our longer term one is up here at that trend line, is going to be right here. You can see, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 4 out of the past 5 days, the price has gotten knocked down by this 0.0079 area. So this is definitely a short term area of resistance right there, 0079. After that, then quite a bit of space, and the next level of resistance is not going to be until around this area here, and we'll call that at 0.0145. So space-wise, distance-wise, looking at the chart, that may not seem like much. That's not too much, but when you're looking at things from a percentage, that's a massive move there. So always remember, don't look at things from just, don't pull out your ruler and say, hey, that's only an inch. Remember to look at things from a percentage standpoint, and, a break at, we'll just call it 0.008 up to, over a penny. When you type that in a calculator to look at the percent, you'll see exactly what I mean. And then after 0.008, we'll just kind of clump these together, but we have this purple line here, which is the 50-day simple moving average. That's a level of resistance, and then also the upper portion of this falling wedge pattern. Any sort of break above this trend line here would then put us on a chart pattern breakout. So that's always a good thing, and that's one where it's going to always set off more alarm bells and more radar scanners. So again, just to wrap things up, overall chart, we are in a falling wedge pattern. The current price action is right down here around this key level of support, which is the bottom portion of the pattern, and potential capitulation here with the big volume doji candle. And then we have these resistances to measure and gauge the strength of any sort of upwards move here. So we'll have to see what happens, but it's one with a lot of interesting things going on with it. So I'd get it on your radars, and now let's see what happens with it. So if there are any other questions on the chart, please let me know. If not, again, this was PMEA. Thanks for listening.